The time is 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Tilani Pires. The Health Ministry is ready to provide the Pfizer vaccine as the third dose if a recommendation is made. The government of Japan agreed to provide employment opportunities for Sri Lankan youth. The district-wide percentages for university entrance released. The Pfizer vaccine is to be given for children about 12 years of age. Doctors say youngsters are reluctant to get the jab, saying that it may lead to infertility. The Geological Survey and Mines Bureau plans to issue transport permits through online from 30th September. Philippines eased coronavirus restrictions despite a warning from the WHO. The State Minister Channaja Sumana told Parliament today that the Pfizer vaccine will be used as the third dose if a recommendation is made for the third dose by the health authorities. He said that the required stocks to use as the third dose have already been ordered. The WHO has said that it is important that available supplies are equitably distributed to ensure global access to 2 doses for the priority population in all countries. According to the Ministry of Health, Sri Lanka has used 6 vaccines: AstraZeneca Japan, Covishield, Moderna, Pfizer, Sinopharm and Sputnik. So far, Sri Lanka has received 27 million vaccine doses, of which 12.2% were assessed through COVAX AMC. Meanwhile, Health Ministry reported 1,047 more individuals recovered from COVID-19, bringing the total recoveries in the country to 434,410 today. The epidemiology unit confirmed 66 deaths reported due to COVID-19 within 24 hours, stated the Department of Government Information. The government of Japan has agreed to provide employment opportunities for Sri Lankan youths. Sri Lankan ambassador to Japan, Sanjit Gunasekara, said the relevant memorandum of understanding was signed with the government of Japan. The Minister of Labour said the young people who are selected for these job opportunities will be able to fulfill their required language training and they will have to pass the Japanese language test. Further details can be obtained from the web www.slbfe.lk. The Minister of Labour also said that the young people who are selected for these job opportunities will be able to fulfill the required language training and other relevant training requirements in collaboration with the Bureau of Foreign Employment. District-wise percentages for university entrance based on the results of the GC Advanced Level Examination in 2020 have been released by the University Grants Commission. The UGC Chairman, Senior Professor Sampath Amaratunga, said the UGC has planned to release Z scores for the university entrance by next month. Further details regarding the university entrance-related information can be obtained on the web www.ugc.ac.lk. He also said the vaccination program for the university population is now underway. However, he emphasized that regardless of whether or not the relevant parties have been vaccinated against COVID-19, the reopening of universities will be done in accordance with the basic COVID-19 health guidelines. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. A decision has been taken to provide the Pfizer vaccine as shield against COVID-19 virus for children about 12 years of age. The LRH consultant pediatrician Dr. Deepal Pereira said the vaccination drive will commence at the Lady Ridgeway Hospital in Colombo from next week. Dr. Deepal Pereira said priority will be given to the children who are suffering from chronic illness. He said parents should report to the LRH with the children with immune deficiencies, lung diseases, heart, liver and kidney diseases, and those who are suffering from thalassemia. He said the vaccine will be administered to children under the supervision of consultants. Dr. Pereira also said no decision has been taken yet to provide the vaccine for children under 12 years. It is reported that many youngsters among the 20 to 29 age group are reluctant to get the jab COVID-19, saying that it may lead to infertility, and while some of them preferred unproven natural remedies. Health authorities say that only an estimated 40% of the 20 to 29 age group had received the vaccines island-wide. They also said it was a very poor percentage at a time when Sri Lanka was aiming to inoculate all its citizens against the virus as soon as possible. Health authorities also stressed that there are some self-claimed Ayurvedic practitioners who were capitalizing on the situation by selling unproven herbal remedies claiming that they would help cure the virus. Health authorities have urged the targeted population to keep aside their preferences and take the available vaccine soon. Doctors said vaccination centres were drying up in several areas due to the lack of interest among the youngsters, even in Colombo. On the other hand, some youngsters are demanding for the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines and were refusing to take the Sinopharm vaccine. The health authorities warn that while the risk of the Delta variant causing severe symptoms in unvaccinated adults remained, the youngsters too needed to be vaccinated soon. Steps have been taken by the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau GSMB to issue transport permits through online from 30th September. At a media briefing today, Environment Minister Mahinda Amaravira said the decision was taken following instructions from the President to reduce the number of people visiting government offices to obtain services. The minister also said that about 1,000 to 2,000 people are visiting the GSMB regional offices every day to obtain transport permits. According to the ministry, the number of transport licenses issued annually exceed 1 million, and there is a congestion on issuing these permits on a daily basis as the transport licenses have to be renewed annually. Sri Lanka is to offer concessions to airlines deciding to operate scheduled flights to the Mattala airport. Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranatunga said that airlines which commence scheduled flights to the Mattala airport will be offered a number of concessions. He said the airlines will be given a special concession package which includes a reduction in landing and parking fees which will be eligible over a 4-year period. The minister also said that airlines will be offered a discount on landing and parking fees at the Bandaranaike International Airport if they decide to operate scheduled flights to Mattala even once a week. That ends local news for now.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The State Minister Channa Jayasumana told Parliament today that the Pfizer vaccine will be used as the third dose if a recommendation is made for the third dose by the health authorities. He said that the required stocks to use as the third dose have already been ordered. The WHO has said that it is important that available supplies are equitably distributed to ensure global access to 2 doses for priority populations in all countries. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watch Light.
Village fishermen say that various types of invasive fish species have been released into natural waterways and unknown fish species are seen in many inland water sources. Environment specialists say it causes a threat to endemic species in Sri Lanka and it is practiced by the people for more than a decade. The Minister of Environment says that invasive fish species are still being smuggled into the country despite the existence of government-imposed bans to control exotic fauna and flora being brought into the island. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News.
World News headlines first. Philippines eased coronavirus restrictions despite a warning from the WHO. The United Nations implored China and the United States to repair their completely dysfunctional relationship. Toyota automaker is not happy with the Japanese government's EV-centric push for carbon neutrality. Philippines eased coronavirus restrictions in the capital Manila to spur economic activity despite a warning from the WHO against the move. Restaurants, churches and beauty salons in the National Capital Region was open at a lower capacity from today to get tens of thousands more people back to work. The World Health Organization's representative in the Philippines on Tuesday warned against relaxing curbs while 6 of 10 adults in the capital are fully inoculated. This is not adequate at this point to relax quarantine positions, the WHO's official in the Philippines, Dr. Rabindra Abesinghe, told government television. The head of the United Nations implored China and the United States to repair their completely dysfunctional relationship before problems spill over even further into the rest of the planet. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, speaking to the Associated Press, said the world's two major economic powers should be cooperating on climate and negotiating more robustly on all the issues. He said that the UN needs to re-establish a functional relationship between the two powers. He reiterated that warning in the AP interview, adding that two rival geopolitical and military strategies would pose dangers and divide the world. Toyota CEO Akio Toyoda, also the chairman of Japan's Automaker Association, is not happy with the Japanese government's EV-centric push for carbon neutrality. The executive said that going all EV could cost Japan 5.5 million jobs and 8 million units of lost vehicle output by 2030. At a regular meeting of the Japan Automobile Manufacturers Association, where he was joined by top executives from Honda, Yamaha and Isuzu, Toyota warned that the green manufacturing goals pushed by Europe-inspired Japanese authorities are unsustainable. Back to the world news headlines. Philippines ease coronavirus restrictions despite a warning from the WHO. The United Nations implored China and the United States to repair their completely dysfunctional relationship. Toyota automaker is not happy with the Japanese government's EV-centric push for carbon neutrality. That ends World News. On to development news. The newly established Development Coordination and Monitoring Ministry has been assigned to monitor a vast number of ongoing development activities of the government. The new ministry is held by the Minister Nama Rajapaksa in addition to his sports and youth ministerial portfolios. The task of the new ministry is coordinating all development activities and monitoring of the projects on the direction and guidance of the President. That was development news.
Sports news.
PCB chairman Ramesh Raja stressed his players to use their anger in becoming a top cricket outfit that international teams would not be able to avoid touring in future. Ramesh Raja's comment came after New Zealand abruptly ended their tour of Pakistan, citing a security threat. In a video message released by the PCB, Raja said he was as disappointed as every Pakistani on the cancellation of New Zealand's tour. He said his players to release their frustration and anger by channeling it towards your performance. Raja also admitted that the cancellation by the New Zealand team could also lead to more problems for the PCB. He said that international and domestic cricket in Pakistan has been put under pressure. That was sports news.
A safe, easy and versatile app for all your banking needs. NSB Pay for monetary transactions, bill payments, reloads, credit card payments and Lanka QR transactions. A range of facilities with multiple account registrations. Access to your bank needs wherever you are. Download the NSB Pay app from the Play Store or the App Store for free now. For more information, call your nearest NSB branch or 0112 379 379. Conditions apply.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Nippon Paint recently initiated a campaign to galvanize healthcare facilities around Sri Lanka with its latest product, 3-in-1 MediFresh. The paint is an antibacterial coating developed with silver and zinc to keep disease-causing microorganisms at bay, the company said. The project to insulate hospitals around the country was initiated at the IDH in Colombo and has since expanded to several key cities across the country. Nippon Paint said the product has been clinically proven to provide protection from disease-causing viruses as per extensive research carried out by 2 reputed laboratories in Singapore. That ends business news.
Business News, Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
A safe, easy and versatile app for all your banking needs. NSB Pay for monetary transactions, bill payments, reloads, credit card payments and Lanka QR transactions. A range of facilities with multiple account registrations. Access to your bank needs wherever you are.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
The Colombo Stock Exchange, CSE, announces the introduction of a new over-the-counter platform to facilitate the repurchase transactions on corporate debt securities recently. The new OTC platform is a significant step in the product expansion lineup of the CSE and is projected towards establishing a vibrant REPO market for debt securities listed on the CSE. Considering the large volumes of fixed income securities actively traded by market participants outside the CSE's platforms, the CSE observed the opportunity to play a role as a facilitator in connecting securities providers with collateral who need to finance their liquidity requirements with cash providers. That came to you in Economic News.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Weather report.
The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the Sabaragamu, western and northwestern provinces and in Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Matara districts. Fairly heavy showers, about 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places. Heavy rains were experienced in Colombo and the suburbs since early in the morning today. Highest rainfall of 98 millimeters was reported from Algama Kagalla during the last 24 hours. Kalatuwava and Padya Talawa areas were also reported with heavy rains. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the north central, eastern and Uva provinces after 2 p.m. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thundershowers. That was the weather report. And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The Health Ministry is ready to provide the Pfizer vaccine as the third dose if a recommendation is made. The government of Japan agrees to provide employment opportunities for Sri Lankan youths. The district-wise percentages for university entrance released. The Pfizer vaccine is to be given for children above 12 years of age. Doctors say youngsters are reluctant to get the jab, saying that it may lead to infertility. The Geological Survey and Mines Bureau plans to issue transport permits through online from 30th September. Philippines eased coronavirus restrictions despite a warning from the WHO. That ends this news broadcast.